was the response coming from his own party. And given that response, it became quite clear inside the White House that their usual response of defiance or laughing it off wasn't going to work this time. Let me read it. Shortly before midnight, a video that was posted to the president's personal Truth Social account included this image at the end, depicting the Obamas as apes. Now, despite how obviously racist and ugly that is, and how many people quickly pointed that out, it would go on to be more than 12 hours before it was ultimately removed. Initially, we heard from the White House press secretary actually defending it. In a statement to CNN this morning, Karoline Leavitt said, quote, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King." Leavitt said, "Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public." But the backlash continued to grow, with Republicans condemning that post and calling on the White House to remove it, and some of them even saying that they should apologize. And shortly after her defense from Leavitt, it was actually taken down and removed from the president's pages. A senior White House official subsequently told CNN that a White House staffer erroneously made the post. And then this evening, while facing questions from multiple reporters on Air Force One about this, the president offered this explanation, but no apology.
I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we turned it. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
It's not clear it was as soon as they found out about it, because people were criticizing it for hours this morning before it was ultimately removed. Now, for congressional Republicans, this was a rare moment where they didn't claim to not see the post or say that they don't respond to the president's tweets. Instead, there was condemnation that came in loud and clear. Words like wrong, offensive, inexcusable, and yes, racist. One Republican voice stood out from the chorus. It is the sole Black Republican in the Senate, Tim Scott. He wrote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it." Now, you note there he says the most racist, indicating that there have been previous incidents. Some of those we know Senator Scott has criticized the White House for before, including when the president reposted a video of someone who was yelling white power. Senator Scott called that indefensible. When Trump told Democrats, certain Democrats, to go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came, Senator Scott said that was racially offensive. And after the president's very fine people on both sides comments, Senator Scott said this.
After Charlottesville, you said the president is not a racist, but he is racially insensitive.
Yes.
Is that still what you believe?
Absolutely. Yeah, the president is not a racist, but is he racially insensitive? I think the answer is yes.
Now, it shouldn't just be on Senator Tim Scott to condemn these posts and call them out for what they are, yet his voice certainly resonates when he does, especially within the West Wing. When the president was asked tonight about that post, not just why it was posted and how it was removed and who did it, he was also asked whether or not he'll apologize for what he said, and he made clear in his answer.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I am, by the way, the least racist president you've had in a long time, as far as I'm concerned.
Joining me tonight, my sources are former New York Congressman, Democrat Mondaire Jones, former New Orleans mayor and senior advisor to the Harris campaign, Mitch Landrieu, as well as the former chief of staff to Vice President